Hello. My name is Amy. I'm really glad you're here. And this is Amy's Wild Cards. This is the podcast where I interview people who I think are my friends with a deck of cards filled with random questions I've created. At the beginning of each interview, this deck will be shuffled, and whatever questions come up in whatever order is completely up to fate. We're going to laugh, maybe cry, possibly be offended. Let's get into it. Today, my friend Rashod is here.
Hey,
Hey, Rashod.
what's happening?
How you feeling?
I'm good. I was good. I was sitting in a little traffic getting over this way, and I was listening to some Tim's and just really in the vibe.
I feel like you have chill energy right now.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can spice it up though, if we need to.
Whatever you want. I want whatever's real.
Tim's is pretty chill music, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I shuffled a bunch before you got here, so I think we're just going to jump in.
All right. I totally forgot the format, by the way.
It doesn't matter.
So
Literally doesn't matter.
I was like, I'm not, and I was like, oh, I should watch a quick episode to get reacquainted, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah, this is a good podcast to wing it. Like whatever comes up is you need to do nothing except be authentic.
All right.
Yeah. At what point should you see a doctor?
At what point should you see a doctor? Well, I think if you're a man, you should be getting like your annual checkups, and if you're sick and you need, like if you're ill, you should go see a doctor. I'm not afraid of doctors. I'm also not a hypochondriac, so I don't necessarily feel like you should overly go to the doctor.
Do you go to the doctor every time you get sick?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No. But I do think it's when I say man, I don't know the female identifying routine, but as a man, especially at a certain age, you need to get checked out. There's cancer screening stuff that needs to happen. So
Just stay on it.
the appropriate intervals.
Yeah, great.
That was a light one, huh?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
expect that one though.
Yeah, well, I thought of it, so I wrote it down.
Go to the doctor, get yourself checked out, but don't be weird about going to the
Yeah,
doctor.
don't be weird about it, guys. Don't be weird. What would you like your life to look like in 10 years?
That's a good question. I often ponder this. I feel like that's an existential sort of mental thing that a lot of us do. I envy those that can really stay present. I try to stay present, but 10 years from now, I just hope to be comfortable in my skin, being of service. My mom will be pretty old at that point, so just enjoying time with her, making sure that I'm doing my part to keep her comfortable. And abundance is always a nice thing. I hope to be in love, maybe raising a little baby.
Yeah, you want kids?
A little baby, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not for or against kids, but
Oh, interesting.
I think I'd be a okay daddy.
Yeah,
But,
be a good dad.
Yeah, just 10 years, just the normal. I think I'm pretty vanilla in that regard, I guess on the creative side, I hope to be, I think there's right now I'm experiencing some growth, and I can feel a little misalignment in terms of how I want to be spending my time and how I currently spend most of my time, specifically in the earning category. And
Yeah.
so I hope to see more alignment in all areas of my life.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that's a really sound, quality, authentic answer for myself.
Yeah. No, I love that. How old were you when you had your first existential crisis?
Whew. That's literally the card.
Literally.
And I just happened to say the word existential. That's
Yep.
funny. How old was I? Let's see. 6 months? No.
That's wild.
Do you have to be conscious of an existential crisis for it to be an
well,
existential crisis?
Perhaps not, but for me, the way I was thinking of it is like, no, you're aware that or you're going through, or maybe in retrospect, you're like, oh, that's what that was.
Well, I think I had an existential crisis pretty early on when my primary family unit kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
But I was really young, so I wasn't conscious of it. I think.
That would make sense.
I think as a teenager, everything felt like a existential crisis. And when I look back on that now, I'm like, oh, how foolish that was,
Sure.
I would say every time I sort of get to some sort of big milestone in life where I feel like I'm supposed to be further along than where I really am. And so, I guess the most conscious one that I could think of as the earliest one is when I hit a certain age and all of my friends had girlfriends or were messing
Oh,
around, and I
yeah.
felt like I was still a virgin or something like that, and I felt like, oh, like, I'm supposed to be further along. But I have those same thoughts every time I hit a big milestone. So I felt the same way when I turned 18. Like all my friends seemed to have their college situation figured
Yeah.
out. I never thought I would live beyond the age of 18, to be honest. So I didn't plan for college. It wasn't something that was often spoke about in my
Oh,
household.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that when I was 18, when I was 21, when I graduated college, I'm feeling like I needed to have a career path. When I turned 25, I felt like I was
You've
supposed
had
to.
so many.
I know. That's
So
why I
many.
thought like
You're like,
everything feels like an existential crisis, Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Let's define existential though, really quickly.
Sure. You. I'm
Okay.
interviewing you.
I'm,
You
I'm
tell
gonna
me.
I'm gonna look it
You
up.
want to look it up?
It's been a while since I used that. Since I heard that language. Existential. Let's see. Something pertaining to human existence or philosophical school of existentialism. I hate when.
Uses the word. In the
Yeah,
definition. Yeah.
this phrase means a threat that could cause something to cease to exist. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, I think those answers are sufficient.
Yeah, I
Like,
think so
yeah,
too.
I've had a lot of those in my mind, and so I don't know what that says about me.
I think that you're a thinker. You're a deep thinker. What is your ideal class level you'd like to be a part of?
Class level,
Yeah.
like social economical class. Can we cuss on this?
Yeah.
I just want to be a rich nigga. No, I don't really get too caught up with that. I remember at my highest earning potential in the recent future, I started to do those like statistics and stuff, and I more holistically, according to the whatever website I was looking at the time, I was in the top 3%,
Or
which was like insane because I feel like I was nowhere near all of these like incomes, these
yeah.
levels that you hear, and so
Yeah.
to sort of get some frame of reference of what that means, that kind of blew my mind. And then the website that I was looking at was like an official government website. I don't know if those can be trusted now, but at the time, maybe they could never have been trusted. But
Right.
when I filtered it out by demographics and education level, I was in the top 1%.
Oh wow.
Which was really baffling and a mind fuck, and also like an ego stroke and
Sure.
like a lot of different things. And so, when I was at that sort of income level, I would say that it didn't fix me. It didn't fix me, and so I don't know that I like necessarily aspire to be at a certain class or whatnot, but I have been poor. I have definitely been poor. I've had teeth pulled because I couldn't afford to get a root canal. I've eaten ghetto food like. Poor black people, we can make tacos and cup of noodles and spaghetti, like stretch a long way. So I've been on the poor side. I think I don't know if I would define it as a class, but I would like to have a home that's paid for,
Yeah.
health care that isn't a worry, clothes on our back, transportation, and, just in a position to help those that are younger than me in my family sort of pursue their dreams and their aspirations. And, if somebody wants to go to college, like be able to support that without them having to take on a lot of debt.
Yeah, that'd be
So
cool.
I don't know how you define that in terms of a class level, but I would just say I aspire to live in abundance and aspire to have comfort for those, for myself and those that I care about.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
Since we talked about it a little bit, describe your dream home. What would Rashad's dream home look like?
Malibu black boy. Dream home. Honestly, nothing too crazy or big. I kind of want two homes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Where?
I would love to have something like a condo, like in a city. So like whether that would be like downtown or like Manhattan, New York, or just something very like city and high risey, something like that. And then something on the coast,
Yeah.
whether that's Oregon or California, just something with a window that faces west, like with a large long wall that's made of glass that faces west that you don't necessarily have to go outside to see the sunset. You know, you can just go sit, somewhere,
Yeah. That
So
sounds so nice.
yeah, and I would love to, just have a property or a lot that's big enough to build like a separate like guest house, for people that need a place to stay. My grandmother was really big about keeping her door open for people to stay, when times were hard. And so throughout my life, I have lived at my grandma's at times, and I have seen many family members go through their own little existential crisis and come and stay at grandma's and have that safe haven. And my grandma passed about 3 years ago, and we had to sell her house. And there's a void there now, and so
Yeah.
I hope
Feel it.
to follow her footsteps and
Yeah.
fill that void in my own way,
Yeah, that's cool. That's
without
great.
without like in without overcommitting or allowing them to be too intrusive with my
Sure.
core, nuclear family unit,
Yeah.
because I do think boundaries are important, and family can be a little crazy.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
Another existence related question for you.
All right.
Why do humans exist?
I don't know. I don't think we know.
No.
No, I don't know that answer.
Because we didn't really need humans on Earth. We didn't need them. But they're here. We're here.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a reason.
I think the politically correct, not the politically correct, but the person inside me, the good inside me wants to say that we are here to be of service.
Yeah.
Of service to others, of service to the planet, of service to a higher power. That's like what I want to say. But in reality, with everything that happens, I don't know. I don't know why we're here. We're just like ants on a rock in the middle of
Yeah.
the universe. And I think if that was clear, maybe I wouldn't have had so many existential crises or
Right.
so much pondering around purpose in life and things of that nature. So, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Can you see someone's soul?
I like to stare in the eyes of people, and they often, people have told me they're like staring at my soul. I don't know if you could see somebody's soul. I've been watching like a lot of biblical podcasts lately, which is weird because I don't consider myself super religious, but I'm like caught up in the algorithm. And there's this phrase that I keep hearing by the Christians that says that when you walk with the Lord and when you do the Lord's work, the tree bears the fruit of that. And
I just told someone to have a fruitful experience at something. It's so Christianese to say
Yeah.
like fruit and fruitful.
Yeah. And so I don't know if I can like quote unquote like see somebody's soul, but I do think you see the fruit
Yeah.
of how somebody maneuvers in the world and how they feel about themselves and how they treat others. And I think those are like signs of what somebody.
Like a good soul.
Yeah.
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 If your significant other murders someone, would you turn them in?
She's a killer bitch. That is a really tough question. My significant other killed someone.
Basically, are you a ride or die?
Man, I'd like to say, yeah, I'm not gonna like just voluntarily turn them in, but
Yeah.
that's a tough one. Like, I'm not a rat either,
Sure, no one wants to be
but
that.
yeah,
Would you try to like convince them to turn themselves in?
that is such a mind-blowing question
Yeah.
because I had never even fathomed, I never fathomed that. My instinct tells me like, just based on my experience with police and the
Can't trust the system.
yeah, the plight of my people,
Yeah.
with police, my instinct would be like, no, I'm not like gonna
Yeah.
willfully submit my significant other to, some crazy messed up judicial system
Yeah.
that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But that does not mean I would condone murder. You know.
Do you think there are like acceptable times to murder?
Mm, I mean, and I guess in the case of self defense, like if you're immediately in danger, um, yeah. But like, I don't think the death penalty is a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't think wars are good. Uh, I could understand. I can understand why some people do murder. You know, like if somebody was to harm somebody in my family, and like that retaliatory sort of energy that sort of pops up. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily think that's the right thing to do, but I think I can understand why somebody would feel like that or act in that way. But no, I don't really think there's a good reason to to murder somebody other than if your life is in danger and that's the only way
Yeah.
to eliminate that threat.
Let's move on. That's enough murder for me. I don't know
Yeah.
about you. What part of your body are you most ashamed of?
If I don't have a beard, my chin.
Oh, because
Yeah,
you
I
get to
always have like a
hide.
chubby chin.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, my man boobs, my chest. It just depends. I don't really spend a lot of time obsessing about my
That's fair.
body, but if I'm a little bit heavier, like I am right now,
Yeah.
all the normal things, chest, gut, butt, chin, chest, butt, chin, gut.
Yeah. I
But
hear it.
I don't really spend a lot of time obsessing about my body. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do real fairies look like?
She's a fairy with a fatty. She's a body. A real fairy. What actually comes to mind is
Yeah.
like a gay guy, like a flamboyantly gay guy.
Yeah, that's like an old school slur,
Is
basically.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mean to be
I don't know if it's a
disrespectful.
slur, but it like gay men used to be called fairies in a derogatory way.
Well, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, and I never actually think I've heard it used
Oh,
that way.
really? Yeah.
But yeah, I just think of the like very flamboyant gay guys that sort of like slide across the room and like they come with a certain energy. Like that's what I think of when I think of fairy, but maybe that's
That's funny.
maybe that's pretty bad. Maybe that's been if that's a derogatory term, maybe that's been programmed into
Yeah,
me, like
exactly. And you didn't even realize it.
a real life fairy. I also think of my friend. I have a friend. Maybe I shouldn't name her, but I have a friend, and we're like, I don't know, we're like soul connected or
Oh,
something
that's
like that.
cool.
And so I can like energetically feel when she's up and down, and when she's up, and I can just tell that she's like living her best life. There's a couple of different things that she does that I know are fully in alignment with how she wants to live her life and whatnot. And like, and one of those is like travel, and like she's an artist, and so when she's doing artsy things like creating her art or like going to a museum and seeing that art, like I can just tell that she is like living in her vision for herself, and the energy reminds me of a fairy. So
That's
like
cool.
I
Yeah.
would say that's the closest thing.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Is there morality in dating?
Morality?
Yeah. You know who inspired that question?
Who?
Our friend Allison. Because she would say over and over again to me when I was struggling with like things with my ex, she'd be like, "There's no morality in dating. There's no morality in dating." Because I'm like, I'm a bad person if this, or I'm a bad person if that. So is there morality in dating?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think if you treat people like shit,
Yeah.
then, I do believe in the concept of like it's not a moral issue though. So if somebody has a sickness or a disease and they're acting that way because of that disease, I don't necessarily think they should be like shamed if they're like sick and they need help and they're willing to get help. But yeah, I think when there's other people involved that intimately, like there's some morality involved there.
But like your tastes and like likes and dislikes around that person and how they do things and say things, is that moral? Like, is there morality in that, or is that just
Like when you have
okay?
an opinion.
Yeah, I guess basically like, is your opinion on them, is that a moral thing? Like if they're really messy and you don't like that they're really messy.
No, that's not a moral issue. No, there's no
Yeah.
morality in that. I think how you treat somebody.
Yeah. I
Like
think
you
that's
can
what she
have,
meant more
I
so.
think if you have these thoughts, I don't think that's a moral issue. And I think it's okay to express, what makes you feel comfortable and what makes you feel happy in a relationship. But I think when you start to move past acceptance and start to, act differently, which I would say borders on the line of like control and manipulation and things like that. That's where I think it becomes a moral issue. So I
Yeah, for
think
sure.
feelings and expressing what you want, no. Actions, controlling, manipulation, like yeah, for sure there's morality in that.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Are you clairvoyant?
What does that mean?
Clairvoyant is like when there's like some version of you being able to like predict future things that will happen.
Um, I don't think of myself as a clairvoyant, but I do think of myself as having really strong intuition,
Oh,
like above average intuition,
that's cool.
which is a gift and a curse. Because sometimes my intuition is wrong, and I like
Oh,
need to pause and do the fact checking.
okay.
But as somebody that has really strong intuition, I will over index on that sometimes, and that has bit me in the ass. Most notably, like in the corporate world.
Oh, okay.
But my mother is clairvoyant, according to her.
Oh.
According to her,
Yeah, can you be self-identifying clairvoyant? Does it take away some of the validity of it if you're self-identifying?
I don't think it takes any of the validity, but I think you open yourself up to skepticism.
Sure.
When my mom would say stuff and it didn't come true, I'd be like, what are
Right.
you talking about?"
Yeah.
So no, I don't think it takes away any of the validity. But yeah.
Okay. How many times has your reality been dismantled? Similar to the other question.
Uh, one, two, probably too many to count, but maybe like 4 times that I can really like anchor on.
How did that feel when it happened?
Humble. Well, I'm in the middle of one of those moments
Really?
right now. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense with your move and yeah.
yeah, yeah, and for me, I guess at this age, it feels humbling and informative, and I feel gratitude. I think anytime. What was the question again? It was like about your reality crumbling,
How many times has your reality been
dismantled.
dismantled?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean the kind of dismantling that I'm experiencing right now is more. It leaves me feeling informed and grateful and like aha, like almost like a spiritual experience, in a good way. Not to say that it's comfortable, but it's
Yeah.
like in a good way. And yeah, but to answer the question with more brevity, like too many times to count.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. Rashod, I don't want to ask you this question, but I'm going
Oh
to.
shit! Here we go.
What are the perfect size boobs?
Mm. Um. Hmm. Mm. Different strokes for different
Well,
folks.
of course.
You mean for me?
I don't know. You answer that however you want to answer it.
Boobs that don't hurt a woman's back.
What a considerate answer.
Yeah, I've had some friends with very large boobs, and I know that can be a strain physically.
Yeah.
I've had a friend that had to get her breast reduced because of
Yeah.
that, and like that was like men. We say things about men not knowing the plight of a woman's experience, and like when I heard that, I had no idea. But I heard that like a long time ago. So
Yeah.
I think for me, in terms of like what I'm attracted to, I would just say like well proportioned.
I knew you were going to say proportion.
Yeah,
I think that's always the best answer. It's just like a well proportioned.
yeah. I mean, that's just how I feel, really. But I don't know. I've gone through different phases with boobs. Yeah, I kind of dig the itty bitty titty committee too. Like,
Yeah, I am not a big discriminator, but if they're too big, I'm like, I can't handle that.
yeah, I feel that. I'm not like boobs are not the thing that like draws me in the most anymore.
Same.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, but I would just say like I guess a B cup.
Oh, a B.
Yeah.
If we have to name a cup size.
If I have to name a size,
Yeah.
yeah, B cup, healthy C cup.
Okay, healthy C. It's getting bigger. Okay. Okay. We stay here long
Shout
enough.
out.
It's gonna be a D.
There's no perfect. Let me rephrase.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
perfect boob size. All boobs are beautiful on men, women, whoever, and you know, hopefully your boobs are not so big that they hurt your back.
That you're in pain and
You
have
know,
to get
like,
surgery. Yeah.
But all boobs are beautiful. That's my answer.
That's really considerate. Final question for all of my guests. If this were the only surviving audio clip of you left in existence, what do you want people to know?
I I that's a deep question. My knee-jerk reaction was going to be, I hope that my output in the world, the people that I've touched and the art that I create, I hope that work will speak for itself, and that they wouldn't have to rely on a clip. But if I had to boil it down to words, I would say with brevity that it's never too late to be great.
Never too late to be great.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. That's
Wonderful. Awesome. We're done.
it. Do you answer any questions?
You can ask me something. You
Give
have a minute.
give me that deck of cards.
You're going to take over?
Yes.
Oh my God. I've
Yes.
never let anyone do this. Okay, we have 1 minute.
1 minute. Let's see. Have aliens already come to Earth? That's easy.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
They've been here. You might be one. Well, thanks for showing up. Thanks for asking me a question.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Good, good. Thanks, friends, for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.